Hi guys, it's Mandy from thislovelypath.wordpress.com. I'm just going to do a quick little video to talk about what I'm doing to plan our little homestead. We do not have a property secured yet. We are in the process of trying to get a 3.3 acre property, and it's in a foreclosure, so it's a little bit different situation. It's taking a little bit longer to go through that process. So we should know within the next week and a half or so if that will for surely be ours. Right now, I'm just acting as though it is. And I am spending the evenings with my husband and a lot of times my teenage son, where we're just kind of talking about our goals and what we want, and kind of just daydreaming about what we've always talked about. I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos. I'm blessed to have quite a few people actually in the area that we're moving to that are have YouTube channels where they talk about doing their own homestead. Dirt Patch Heaven is probably the most popular one, and I've been watching her videos a lot. And Melanie from Road to the Farm and I have chatted quite a bit. And there's a couple more, and I have a couple friends up there that I made when we lived up there 6 months ago that have kind of mini homestead setups, and so I'm blessed enough to be able to glean wisdom from all these ladies who have walked this path a little bit before us. In the meantime, I just wanted to kind of show you guys a real quick sketch of what I'm doing to try to plan out our homestead. Now, mind you, this is you know, I don't know what I'm doing yet. So this is just kind of ideas, and I'm just going to show you my little book and what I'm doing with that, so you guys can see, like, planning a homestead out on paper, how that's going for us. So let me turn this around, if I'm smart enough to figure this out. Maybe not. Okay. So okay, so basically what I did, I buy these, we're homeschoolers, so I buy these little composition notebooks when they have them available at back to school time. They are usually like a quarter, and I just stock up. So I had this sitting around. I have these tabs. Hold on just a second. They're just little Post-it brand tabs. I just always have a ton of office supplies sitting around because they're fun. And what I did was just kind of laid out some of the things that we're looking into, and just kind of made each one a tab in here. And it's basically just taking notes. I obviously have Pinterest boards that have a lot of my saved stuff too. So the first page is just kind of a list of things, and this is inside, so you guys can ignore that. A list of things that we want to do at some point. And this list is going to be, I'm kind of waiting. I know we have other things that we have talked about that I have forgotten to put on here. So once I have an extensive list of things we want to do in our homestead, is I'm going to prioritize them, and I'm going to put numbers, sit down with my husband and put numbers in front of each one. So we have an order of priority that we're going to work through, so that I don't impulse buy like I tend to do sometimes, and, you know, start buying a ton of flowers for a flower bed when that's not really our first priority. So we're going to put those in a priority list, prioritize it. And then I just kind of have this, we haven't filled out yet because I'm waiting to do our priority list of short-term goals, mid-term goals, and long-term goals. And then I just have kind of, you know, taking little notes here and there on possible things that we want to do. Let's see, some of these are, I have like found some stuff for our zones and what's recommended, which I know you guys can't read my handwriting. Which varieties of like pie cherries are recommended in our zone. I'm obviously working in a totally different zone than I'm used to. Oregon was zone 7, Southern Oregon where I'm from, and it gets way hot there, and it does not get freezing too often. So working now in a zone that gets negative 35 is going to be a whole new ball game. So I'll be in 4A zone this time. So I'm just kind of trying to learn some of the stuff. This is kind of a rough sketch of how the backyard is. And I just kind of have lists of things. So like, you know, my flower list, which shouldn't be priority, but I just kind of have some notes of things that I want to check zones on, that I would like to grow in my flower garden. I have this note to myself so that I'm not tempted when I go to a nursery and I see these big, beautiful, bright yellow or red blooms, that I'm not going to get them because I'm trying to keep it whites, blues, and purples and pinks. To have a really old-fashioned flower garden, I've got just a list of different herbs I want to grow, and I've started going through and kind of writing the ones I've already grown in the past, whether they're perennial annuals. We're going to try to do the Back to Eden gardening. If you guys are not familiar with that, it's mulch style gardening, and I'm gonna I've watched the video years ago, but now that it actually applies to us, I'm gonna go back and re-watch it and see how we can kind of do that kind of stuff. I've got my like ornamental shrubs and trees stuff. We have the house will be on a highway, not on a highway, the highway is way off in the distance, but you can see and hear it. So I've been looking at varieties of fast growing trees for our area that I can plant and kind of block that. That's along the back fence of the property. So it's 3.3 acres. The house kind of sits right in the center of this large rectangle. So at the back of the property, there's that. So I just kind of have some random stuff that I'm trying to get together, so I have a place for all my notes, and I will be, you know, pulling articles out of my Mother Earth News or New Pioneer magazines to some of the stuff that I want to save and putting them in here. I also have a gardening notebook that I had bought back last year when I thought we were buying my grandparents' 2 acres in Oregon that didn't work out. I have a really beautiful Katie Daisy gardening notebook that I will be doing, keeping track of what I plant when, what was successful, what I need to amend, so I can share that with you guys once I actually get started gardening, and I will take you along for the progress. Thanks for watching, and we'll let you guys know how we're doing with the house. If that house doesn't work out, I just know it's not the Lord's plan and we'll find something else, but right now we are praying on that one. Talk to you guys later.